Everybody, welcome back for a final playthrough of We Must Away, Ere Break of Day. I've played this scenario several times now off camera, and I happen to have won several times off of campus. Not every off of camera, not every time, but enough that I want to see if I can beat it one more time on camera. And if I can't, then oh well. Unless there's overwhelming cry for you to want to see me try to beat it. I won it enough that I was able to actually take my time during one scenario or one run through and get the treasure that I have been desperate to get, Glamdring, Sting, and Orcrist. So with my faithful production assistant here, Albert, I am ready to do this with Pippin, Sam, and Merry. Bilbo is the saga hero here, and I have set my threat already to 20. I have set aside the sack deck. Actually, I'm going to put the sack deck on this side of my microphone. And then here's the trolls that come out. Let's draw. We get In the Shadows, Quick Strike, Burglar Baggins, Friend of Friends, Send for Aid, Song of Hope. Now I don't have a single ally in any of these. I'm going to mulligan. Now let's see what we have. We have a Quick Strike, In the Shadows, Unseen Strike, Gandalf Boots, and the Dagger of Western Nice. That's a little bit better. So now I'm going to reveal a card here. It's the Dreary Hills. I actually can't stand the Dreary Hills as a location, which probably means that the people who made it did a good job. So we get to start. So I have 1 Baggins tokens, 1 tactics, 1 leadership, and 1 lore. So let's see. Farmer Maggot. Okay, so I've learned a little trick to this. This is part of maybe the downfall of this game, which I guess is inherent, is you kind of get strategies to beat certain scenarios. And so the strategy to this scenario is to just kind of use the hobbits to quest and kind of just keep everything neutral here until you are ready to move on, until you have like a troll camp out here, until you have enough stuff in your hand to do this. Then once you get to the stage 2A, I find that you spend 1 turn and you bring out everybody and you put all the attachments on, and then you can just basically plow through the scenario. So I have 1 on everybody. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to quest for 5, because I have to get through the Dreary Hills. Let me pull this up. Oh, look. 2 Dreary Hills together, so that's 6. So I actually failed to quest this time. But I'm going to travel to the Dreary Hills, and now we're done with that turn. That may be the quickest turn in Lord of the Rings history. Now, thematically, I'm okay with the way that this works. One of the reasons why I totally love this game is because of the way that the theme plays so nicely in with the gameplay. Ringmail. Here I am, 4 lonely hobbits trying to make my way, and this is the kind of the beginning of that adventure. You know, we don't have a ton of help, we don't have a ton of stuff, we're kind of ignorant to what's going out in the world, and so that's why I don't have a problem necessarily playing this the way that I do, because I kind of think of it as a kind of a thematic sort of game. So let's do 5, 7. I'm going to quest for 7. Let's go. So now that brings that guy out. And his when revealed effect is to bring out the top card of the encounter deck. There's no top card. So there's 4. And then there's 5, 6. So this is traveled to. Don't worry, I'll get that effect in a second. So we do 1 here. Okay, now it says forced after. Okay, we do the. Okay, so here's the thing. I have 8 cards in my hand, and I like everything to be really random. So I'm going to shuffle up my hand. Okay, I'm going to roll an 8-sided die. So that's 8. And this is 1 through 8. So here we go. Oh, look. Thank you. Who needs Gandalf? Okay, so put this off to the side. So now I'm going to engage this guy. And by engaging that guy, I get to ready Sam. Oh, I'm going to travel to this copy of the Drury Hills. See how that works? Now, because of that, I get to draw a card because of Pippin. And so now Sam readies. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to defend with Bilbo here. And then once I defend with Bilbo, I'm going to attack with Sam. So let's see, defend with Bilbo. The Lone Lands, there's no shadow effect. So this guy does 1 damage. Bilbo defends for 1, so that's good. And now because of Sam's ability, he has +1 attack. So I'm going to attack for 2, and then I kill the crow. So we ready, everybody? Raise our threat by 1. I stopped keeping track of rounds a while ago. I'm not a big scorekeeper. I think that there's just basically 2 scores in this game. Either you win or you lose, and that's kind of the way I feel about it. Not to say that I disdain or loathe those people who keep score. It's just not something that I do. I guess I could go back through and keep score. You know, Albert could tell me what score we're doing. The end, that may be the thing to do. So, okay, so now I'm going to draw a card. Okay, explore secret ways. Now, I like this card to play because what this does is allow me to move more slowly through this scenario. Plus, if there's an active location, the active location, if there's multiple copies of it, won't contribute its threat to the staging area. And that's nice because I like to keep the troll camp as the active location. And so if I draw multiple copies of the troll camp, it's nice to not have those adding their 3 threat to the staging area. Plus, I was listening to Cardboard of the Rings. I talked about this in one of my previous episodes, but I was listening to their episode about using side quests, and it turns out that Caleb Grace loves side quests. Caleb Grace, for those of you who don't know, is the game designer, and I guess he may be the only one working full-time on Lord of the Rings at this point for Fantasy Flight games. And he seems like a super normal dude. Maybe that's going to be my name for him, super normal Caleb. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to play Explore Secret Ways. I'm going to play for 1. And so now I'm going to quest, and I'm going to quest a whole bunch here. I'm going to quest for 7. Because again, I want to get through the Drury Hills. Oh, I forgot to draw a card. Okay, that's the Andrath Guardsman, which I like. But I'm going to quest for 7. Okay, and then we go. So there's the Hobbit land. So there's 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 4 onto this. So this is good. Okay, now I'm going to travel to the Hobbit lands, but I still need to do the forced effect here. So let me shuffle up my cards. And notice I'm not even looking at my cards. I don't want to get tempted to play things here because I know how it goes. And there's that Wind Whip Drain, which is a pain in the neck, which makes me have to discard all my attachments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 9, so I need a 10-sided dice here. If I can find one. Here's a 10-sided dice. Okay, so 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, Unseen Strike. I like that for this hand, the Unseen Strike, because it allows me to really buff up Mary, but whatever. Okay, so now we ready, everybody? Raise our threat. Draw a card. Fast Hitch. That's really nice. Okay, and so now we're going to quest. Oh, we're going to raise our resources. So I have 4 Baggins, 4 Tactics, 4 Leadership, and 3 Lore. And so now I'm going to quest for 7 again. So now the Troll Camp is out. And that's a key because in order to do anything with this, I need to have a Troll Camp out. So that's 3, 4. Okay, I get to draw a card. Okay, Hobbit Cloak, I like that. And then 5, 6, 7. So now I need to keep this in the staging area because if it's the active location, I have to go through that in order to quest that guy. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to keep it in the staging area. Now I'm going to hopefully get through this stage pretty quick. 5 Baggins, 5 Tactics, 5 Leadership, 5 Lore. Did I draw? I've been going through these stages so quick. Yeah, I drew the Hobbit cloak. Yep. So let's go. I'm going to quest for 7 again. So there's 3 out here. There's the Troll Purse. That's a bummer, but that's okay. So 3. So that's now I have. So I had 1. So now we're at 5. Okay. So now we're going to ready everybody. Raise my threat. Okay, let's see. So there's 6, 6, 6, 5. Draw. Rosie Cotton. I love Rosie. Okay, Rosie with a fast hitch is really nice. So now this is the turn. I'm going to hope in this particular turn that I don't pull out the wind-whipped rain. So I'm going to bring out Chump Blocker, this guy. And now I'm going to bring out Rosie, this guy, this girl. So that's good. So now I'm down to 2 leadership. Now I'm going to put the boots onto Sam. And now I'm also going to put ringmail on Sam. I'm going to put the dagger onto Mary. And I'm going to put the fast hitch onto Rosie. So I go to 4. And then I'm going to put the Hobbit cloak onto Sam as well. So that's phenomenal. Now I'm going to not bring out Gandalf because I want him to do the 4 damage thing. So I need to do 2. I need to quest for at least 5. So I'm going to actually quest for 5 like this. And then if I need to, I can use Rosie. So let's see here. It says roast them, deal 1 damage to each ally. Okay, so that's why I keep these guys out. So this is 1 damage to each ally. So Rosie takes 1, and the Andrath Guardsman takes 1. So that's 3, 4, 5. So now I have successfully quested through there. I'm going to make this the active location, and so now this is what we end up doing here. So this is the fun part. Okay. So now I have to take all these guys, and this is I always forget to shuffle this back in, but this time I'm okay. It's like I'm experienced adventurer, but not. Right? It's like I'm experienced because I know what to expect, but I was not experienced because I didn't have anything on my guys here. So now I'm going to optionally engage this guy. By optionally engaging him, I have to get a sack. I also found that when you fast hitch Bilbo, it works out really nicely too. But okay, so let's see. A large sack, highest character with the highest printed hit points. So character. So that's going to be Bilbo. So I'm actually going to use Bilbo's ability to get rid of that sack. Now, because I optionally engaged him, he gets stronger, and he readies. And now I'm going to draw a card because of Pippin's ability, and that's Hobbit Sense. That comes in handy later. Okay, the other thing that I get to do that's really neat is now because I have the cloak and ringmail and Sam's ability, he can defend for a whole bunch. So I'm actually going to take this guy. I'm gonna pick Sam here, and I'm gonna pick his defense, and I am going to block the troll, and I actually have 7. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for Rosie because I have 2, and then the ringmail's 3, and the Hobbit cloak is another 2. So I'm going to wait for Rosie just in case. So I'm going to do this. Oh, And look, it's the troll key, which is phenomenal. So now Sam doesn't take any damage. He's exhausted. It's exhausting being Sam. So now I'm going to exhaust Rosie. I'm going to pick Mary in his attack. So Mary's going to do 8. Okay. And because, let's see, because he defends for 2, that means that Bert is going to take 6 damage. Phew! And so that's the beauty of how this all works out. I'm going to raise my threat by 1 to keep Bert not in the staging area. I'm going to ready everybody. Sneak attack! Okay, Andreth Guardsman. I'm okay with the Andreth Guardsman because chump blocking is a thing, definitely. So there's 6, 4, 3, 5. I'm going to bring out an Andreth Guardsman. Okay, he's nice for the next scenario when I get into the inside the Misty Mountains, because that he allows a non-unique enemy to not attack. But now I'm going to also play Gandalf, and so I like to keep my resource tokens at just about the same amount. So there's 2, 2, 6. So when I bring Gandalf out, I do 4 damage to this guy, and now I'm going to exhaust. I'm going to exhaust Bilbo to get the troll key, and so that means that now I can go to the troll cave and hopefully get the treasure. Okay, so now I'm going to quest 11. And out there right now is 8. So, okay, it says deal 1 damage to each ally, 2 if there is a troll in the staging area. So that's a bummer. So this guy dies, and Rosie dies. Rosie's probably my the one that I missed the most there. I still quested for 4, 6, 9. And out here, there is 8. So there's 1. I get to put 1 on there. I'm going to raise my threat by 1 because I forgot to do it at the beginning of my turn. Albert's reminding me here. Okay, and so now I'm gonna engage this guy. Now because I engage that guy, Sam readies, and I get to go through the whole thing again. And so I get to put this here. Sam has, let's see, and I get to draw a card. Okay, in the shadows is nice. So now Sam has the Hobbit cloak, which 2, 3. He has the extra because that's 5. So now it says first player chooses a troll enemy in the staging area. Deal 4 damage to a character with a sack card attached. Okay, so this reminds me that I forgot to sack a person. So I'm going to sack somebody, smelly sack, with the highest printed cost. Well, I only have 1 ally. So this is interesting because this sack can't go off. So that's good. I don't have an ally except for Gandalf. Sam blocks this troll completely. I'm going to attack for 6, and then he defends for 2, so I get to do 4 damage right there. Okay, so now I have to raise my threat to keep him out here. So now Gandalf goes by. Now I guess that in some way there's some mechanic that I could probably use where I would want to like keep him coming in and out and in and out so that I could keep drawing cards, but in this case I don't want to do that, I don't think. So now I'm going to raise my resources. 7 baggins, 3 tactics, 2 leadership, and 3 lore. I'm going to draw a card. Another ringmail. Now, ringmail is nice. So I'm going to bring out Farmer Maggot. Now, Farmer Maggot is nice because he does he does 2 damage to something that's engaged with me. So that's this guy. So that's 6. See, I can do 6. But he defends for 2, so that's 4. So I'm going to play an In the Shadows. Oh, it's only for combat action. Dang it. But I will do that at some point. Okay. Forgot to raise my threat by 1. Okay. So here, I'm going to go 2, 5, 6. There's 5 out there. And that's the Lone Land, or the Hobbit lands. So I didn't get rid of that guy. So now it's time for fighting. And I'm going to play an In the Shadows. And now I'm going to block with Farmer Maggot. There's nothing there. Okay, so Farmer Maggot dies. And now I'm going to attack for 6. Now I reduced his defense by 1. So that means he does 5 damage, and so Tom dies. And so now this is what my staging area looks like. So I'm going to raise by 1, because I don't have a troll. Let's see. 8 Baggins, 1 Tactics, 3 Leadership, and 4 Lore. Now I draw, and now there's a Sneak Attack. So Sneak Attack would be really nice for the Gandalf right now. But I don't have that. But I do have a Quick Strike. I want to engage this guy, but I also want to be able to get through to the, I don't know. I'm going to quest for 5. And there's another Hobbit land. So whenever I have the same encounter card, I kind of stack them up. So that means I gain 2 threat. And so now I'm going to bring this guy out. So this is where things get interesting and nice. So now because I optionally engaged him, he gets 1. And now I'm going to draw a card because of his ability. Oh, and I have to sack 2. I want to be careful because I actually want to explore the troll cave before anything crazy happens. So I actually need to do some, I don't know, I have to do some weird stuff here. Okay, so let's sack 2. It says attach to a character with the highest printed defense. So everything has 1 defense, so I'm going to attach it to Pippin. Pippin is like always my sacrificial lamb here. And then a foul sack with the most attachments. So that's this guy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the foul sack. I drew my card. So this comes out now. There's all sorts of crazy things that go on right now. Sam can defend this guy. I'm just going to defend with Sam. So it says deal 4 damage. I can spend 2 to cancel the effect. So that's Hungry Troll. So I'm going to go down to 6, which is fine. Sam is fine. Sam blocked him, didn't take any damage. Now I'm going to attack with Sam, or with Mary. Mary does 6 because he's got a higher engagement cost. So Dagger does +2, plus there's 4 heroes. So that means that this troll takes 4 damage. Do this. We're ready, everybody. I'll raise my threat by 2 to keep him out in the staging area. I'll draw a card. That's fun. That's an unseen strike. So I'm going to remove the tough sack. Now I'm going to quest for 6. There's 4 out there. Troll Purse, and it says attached to a troll enemy in this, if able. Okay, so I'm able to attach the troll, and it's 6. So 1, 2, 4, 6. So that's good. That goes bye-bye. So now I can travel here because I can spend 5 Baggins resources to go there. I'm going to play Hobbit Sense. So when I play Hobbit Sense, that means that nobody can attack or defend And so there's a troll camp, whatever. So now what I have to be able to do is I have to be able to quest for 6. So there's Barlaman. Okay, so let's do 2, 2, 4, 3. I have to raise my threat by 2. 1 to keep him out, and 1 because of the round. Okay, so I'm going to bring Barlaman, Butterbur out. And now I'm going to quest for 2, 3, 6. I'm going to quest for 7. And so by questing for 7, let's see, it says deal 1 damage to each ally. So 1 damage to Barlaman. So I quested for 7. So that's 2, 6. So this goes up there. And so now I'm going to travel to here. And I'm also able, because of this, I have to discard a card because I was able to put progress on this thing. Okay, so now I want to end this thing as soon as I can. So here's what I'm going to do to end this thing, because it can happen. So it's now the combat phase. So now I have a turn. So here's what I'm going to play Quick Strike for 1 onto Mary. I'm going to play In the Shadows, which reduces his defense by 1. And then I'm going to play Unseen Strike, which raises my attack by 3. And I'm still under the threat limit. So that means that Mary does 9 damage. And he only defends for 1. So that means he does 8 damage. And so now this guy dies. He goes into the staging area. Okay. So I'm going to spend the 1 just because I can to claim the troll purse. Okay. So this fizzles. And so now we go to 3B. 3A has nothing. And then 3B says remove all troll enemies and sack cards from the game. If the troll cave is in the victory display, which it is here, it means that I have found the treasure. 1, 2, 3. I have found Sting, Glamdring, and Orcrist that were hanging out in the troll cave. So there I was, able to beat We Must Away Ere Break of Day pretty handily. I have 37 threat left, and I think it only took 8 or 9 rounds. And I don't have any damaged character or any damaged heroes, so that's great. And so I hope you tune in again, where now I'm going to tackle Over the Misty Mountains Grim. Have a great day.